Hello, everybody. We are here again today at Beyond Red. I'm here with Nahom Wedi. I'm Big Mac Malik. And today we are going to be discussing the age-old debate that's always in every single smoking area, in every single kitchen. What is the better sport, boxing or MMA? Let's get into it. So we're just going to introduce our guests.
Well, I think everybody knows me, and I know TikTok knows me, Twitter knows me now. Nahom is my name.
Here we have
Malik. Everyone called me Big Mac. Those are my initials, and you know how it is already.
excellent stuff. So let's get straight into it. Big Mac, tell us why you think boxing is a superior sport.
First of all, obviously, praise and glory goes to God. Only God gives victory. Only God gives. So as a fighter, you know there's always a higher being. You know, if you're going into a fight, something decides if you win, and it's not us, it's something else. But look, if we have to make sense of it, you know, strikes win. We just have to be honest with ourselves. Like, if we have to make sense of it, like, if I'm fighting is a situational thing. Look, fighting is very situational, depending on where you are, time of day, who you're around. You want to know what's in your arsenal, and one thing you can depend on is your hands. Like, we've been depending on our hands since the beginning of time. So I don't know where all this newfangled jiu-jitsu comes from. You know, like, I don't want to put my head in the middle of another man's crotch and calling it self-defense. That's not self-defense. That's putting yourself in a dangerous position to get knocked out, get your eyes poked out, get the back of your head kicked in. Look, stand on your feet, fight, call it a day. If you don't want to call it a day, don't start a fight. Do you get me?
I don't think you understand that there is no rules in fighting, right? And for me, it shows me you have no understanding of fighting. There's mid-range, short range, long range.
What would you would go?
What multi-range? How can you be in a kick range and box? This shows me you haven't a clue. This shows me that every boxer actually does not know how to fight.
How is that possible?
Because there's short range, as you said, there's mid-range, there's long range. If I just jump in with a flying knee from a kick range, how would you what would your answer be to that?
I'd give you an uppercut straight away.
An uppercut from a kick range, it does not make sense. This is what
long range uppercut will grab you before that.
My girl does MMA. And I'm pretty sure she would choke every single one of them out.
There's a lot of boxes in Ireland that take you out in a minute. Not a minute, 30 seconds.
You know how many times I've heard that, bro? I've heard that all my life. I'm doing this 11 plus years, over a decade. I've heard that everybody, boxers think they can box with me, kickers think they can kick with me. And none of them understand what fighting is. What is fighting to you? Is it like, oh, hands up, move around, punch, punch? What if I just throw a teep into the gut? But what happens if I throw a kick?
A teep and a jab to the body aren't too different of a shot.
I think
you throw a teep, I grab your leg, I pull you close, and then what happens?
So you're gonna go into grappling motion now. So we're gonna grapple now.
People need to understand boxing. People think boxing is a very one-dimensional sport. If you actually look at the history of boxing, wrestling was trained in boxing rings back in the day. Obviously, some gyms have neglected that now, but wrestling is a big part of boxing. Clenches are a big thing. There's a lot of fighters who win in clenches. Mike Tyson, Fury. We can name multiple fighters. So don't think.
Well, we're clinching, however clinch you want to call it.
I'm bigger than you. I'll throw you. I'll throw you.
Yeah, listen. You don't even know how to throw somebody. You don't know the human anatomy like the way I do. My positioning, the way I control gravity, the way I do all that. You have no understanding. And it's not you. I don't blame you. Because all you do is hit a bag, hit pads, go home, feel good about yourself, act like an athlete, and then talk like you know how to fight.
High intensity sport in the world. Let's call it
high intensity. Have you ever been mauled by someone from Dagestan and you can't breathe in the fifth round? You don't even know how it feels.
Dagestan can only maul you if you let them. You know, if I give you a punch to the face or a jab to the face, you can't come in. Low kicks can only work if somebody is actually mid range. If I keep closing the distance, what will you then do? What's your answer to that?
How are you gonna close that, bro? So you're gonna come into grappling situation now.
If you
listen, it's all great acting like you know how to fight, but realistically, you know, if you came to me, I'd just double leg you on the head.
Excellent intro, lads. Let's move on with the questions, Roy. So, in your opinion, where has the history of boxing evolved from when it started to now?
Look, boxing has changed. Boxing stances have changed too. Obviously, boxing started as more of it was called prize fighting, and under the Queensberry rules, it gave boxing structure. So boxing has really changed, even how boxers fight, the stance in which they use.
One-dimensional structure.
Look, we have fighters like Mike Tyson. with the peekaboo style. That is very not one-dimensional. We have fighters
That just lost to a YouTuber, by the way.
yeah, he lost at 58. You fight at 50, and let's see how far you go with it.
Brother, I can fight till 80. I know,
you
at least I
probably
know
can't.
my ranges.
Who's the oldest MMA fighter to fight? Like
Anderson
at
Silva.
the top level.
Anderson Silva.
And he wasn't 58. He wasn't 58.
Your Romero.
And they're not 58. George Foreman won a WBC championship at the age of 50. No MMA fighter has yet to win a UFC title at around that age. So if we talk about longevity, boxers last longer, they hit harder, they're faster, and people need to. This is what I need to tell MMA people. Boxing.
They hit harder. Have you ever been hit with 4-ounce gloves?
Oh.
Have you ever been hit with a 4-ounce gloves? Have you ever even been hit with a...
I have.
Have you? By the correct guy? By someone that hits like McGregor?
Let me call a spade a spade. Look at Francis Ngannou is the hardest hitter in UFC history. Look what Angie Joshua did to him.
Brother, you're being logistical right now. This is not logic.
It's
You've
logic.
never stepped on the match in your whole life. You're telling me how it feels to get hit by Ngannou.
Look, I'm telling you this straight up, yeah. When a boxer hits you, Ngannou didn't know where he was. Like he was fast, bro. He was fast. He thought he was in Africa.
Do you not think that's due? Do you not think that's due to limiting Ngannou and telling him, look, you can't use elbows, knees, you can't use kicks.
Ngannou
Do you know
doesn't
what?
really use kicks
If you
or
even
elbows,
grapple, I'll get the ref to stop the fight, and then, your mother's gonna come brush your hair.
Look,
do you not think there's too many rules there, bro?
He did good against Fury. Let's call it spade a spade. He did good against Fury, but against Andy Joshua, a real hitter, what did he do? He died.
But they didn't fight.
He took
but
away
they
his
did
soul.
not. They did not fight.
It wasn't a fight. It was a massacre.
So what would happen if it was a fight?
It was a fight. The same thing would happen. What would Ngannou do?
Right,
You are
let's
delusional.
move
He is
on.
delusional.
Moving on. Nahom, in your opinion, how has MMA...
There is no opinion, bro. I'm talking to you from facts.
From facts? Okay,
Yes.
so give me some facts
Experience.
here.
I'm not just sitting on a desk telling everybody how to do it when I haven't done it. I know how it feels. I've trained with the best of the best. I faced boxers, jiu-jitsu fighters, Dagestani wrestlers, you name them. I've survived.
So then give me...
You think I'm delusional, but you think Anthony Joshua would beat Ngannou in a fight?
I think, 100%. Like I said, fighting situational. If it was 1-2, and Joshua proved that he could take him out with 2 punches. Ngannou didn't know where he was. Ngannou was primarily a boxer in the UFC. Primarily, his skill set before he fought Stipe the first time was boxing. He started off as a boxer. He destroyed a whole division just by boxing. Let's just call a spade a spade. Come on. Look at the best UFC fighters we've ever had. Top charting, top paying. It's either striking or primarily boxing. Conor McGregor, primarily boxing. It was Holly Holmes who did she destroy again? Ronda Rousey, primarily boxing.
So you're telling me if Mayweather fought McGregor, Mayweather would also win?
Yeah, again, like I said to you, boxing depends on styles. Mayweather probably wouldn't beat I will be honest. I'm an honest guy. Mayweather probably wouldn't beat McGregor in a street fight because of his boxing style. But there's no fighter you're going to put in front of a fight like Mike Tyson that he's not going to take, in his prime, not going to take their heads off. You can't name me one MMA fighter, prime for prime, that would go toe-to-toe for Mike Tyson in a street fight and take his head off. Chuck Liddell? Hardly. He'd remove Chuck Liddell's head, decapitate the fella. What are you talking about?
Right, Malik, next question is for you. Does boxing risk losing relevance in today's day and age with the rising prominence of MMA?
No, forget MMA. Man.
Nobody even cares about boxing. When was the last time you watched a boxing fight?
When
was the last time people actually watched a boxing fight?
Last week. Last week.
Who?
Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, unbelievable fight.
Shout out to Katie Taylor. Shout out to Katie Taylor. But at the end of the day, I'm very sorry. Nobody actually watched that because of Katie Taylor. Unless it's the hardcore Irish fans. Nobody really watched. Everybody watched it because of Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. And actually, I could say it's the biggest names that you could get. Realistically, nobody watches boxing because everybody knows any boxers, it's a waste of time.
Riyadh season's a thing for a reason. You lot don't have Riyadh season. We have Dana White licking Sheikh Turkey's ass, trying to get a signing.
Shout out to Dana White, though.
we know what he's doing. He's licking Sheikh Turkey's ass, trying to get on his payroll. We understand how it is. Look, boxing is the highest grossing combat sport in the world. It's just there's no comparison. There's no
Don't
comparison.
you think fighting I mean MMA, is more entertaining than boxing.
Hardly, bro. You grab each other, hug each other for 3 minutes. Who wants to watch that? Even Dana White.
Did you watch Michael Chandler versus Oliveira?
We don't care about 1 out of 200 fights, man, bro.
When was the last good boxing fight you watched?
The last good boxing fight I watched?
Apart from the Katie Taylor fight, sorry. Because Katie Taylor, I think, is the only good fighter that
Jared Anderson and Bakoli.
Do you know them?
This fight, he knows fight.
No.
Whoa, but everybody knows.
It's only you, bro.
Everybody knows these people. If you stood in front of Bakoli, he's what, 6'5"?
In a fight.
Yeah.
What would you do? What
would you do?
In a fight.
Yeah.
Mate, are you understanding what you're saying, brother? I don't care who he is. I have spent over a decade on the mats. He does not understand what mats look like. He does not know if I get him in a single leg, straight to a body lock and pull him on his head. What can he do?
He'd knock you out. Simple.
How can you knock somebody out when you are down on the ground?
Look, he knocks people out from just touching them. Look, I don't know how he does it, but you're going down, bro.
Again, it's three ranges. As we see, I'm here to explain to you and to teach you. There's 3 ranges. There's kick range, there's short range, and there's mid range. If you come to short range with me, you're probably going to get grappled. Mid range, where you think you're going to box with small ounce gloves, I'm probably going to knee you or elbow you or clinch you straight to the short range. Long range, I'm going to kick you. So this is too much for your head. No. This would happen though. This would happen. You know this would happen.
Look, kicks are telegraphed.
I've got 2 questions for the 2 of you. Yeah? I want to start with Malik first, right? Boxers focus on refined hand techniques.
Yeah.
But in MMA, they've got grappling, they've got submissions, they've got striking, they've got a lot of tools in their arsenal to combat boxing. How would you combat this?
Like I said, jack of all trades, master of none. Like they know all these.
How can you be
things.
Jack of all trades if you can't fight? If you can't grapple?
You guys are jack of all trades. Like you guys you know everything, but you're not good at anything. Like you're not great at jiu-jitsu. The jiu-jitsu people are great. Is that not what's his name again? The guy that died here, the silver fella who uses steroids up and down. Yeah, you can already see that sport is full of steroids. Jiu-jitsu there, so we know what's going on there. And then now we have kickboxing. Kickboxing had to make a rule. Like in the late 80s or early 2000s, that fighters would, especially boxers transitioning to kickboxing, would have to do 6 kicks per round for the round to be counted. So talking about that, you have to understand boxers are dangerous. Like, look, let's call a spade a spade. Boxers are dangerous. Boxing is dangerous.
Oh no, I totally understand. They're very dangerous. They have hand speed and everything else. And you've mentioned about
the best footwork in combat history. Boxers have the best footwork.
So let's stop there because the next question is actually about footwork. So boxers often claim that their footwork, timing and precision are unmatched. Do you think MMA fighters lack these skills or do they adapt them differently?
I think one low kick will stop the footwork.
Oh, look, Muay Thai fighters are always here just...
No. There's no Muay Thai. This is real fighting.
Oh,
I'm not representing Muay Thai fighters. I just think no matter how good your footwork is, what, 1 low kick, 2 low kicks?
Yeah, if you look. Like,
and what? You stop moving?
Yeah, that's if he doesn't.
You won't
down.
Even throw your jab. So
forget jab. Like I said, it's who you fight. I think we need to drive this home to MMA fighters. It's a kind of boxer you fight. There's certain boxers like Mayweather, low kick would work on him. But there's certain boxers that are just vicious.
Name the boxer.
Mike Tyson.
I'd kill him. Name another boxer.
You'd kill Mike Tyson.
He's 58.
Now
he's 58.
Yeah, fair enough. If you want to kill old men,
no. Name another boxer. Who?
Daniel Dubois. Like
he's too big. He's too big. No, of course, because that's just be realistic.
In your weight division, what weight are you?
I'm 145. What's that?
That's probably middleweight, around middleweight kind of thing. So you're telling me you'd kill somebody like Golovkin or Canelo? Maybe Canelo, he's flat-footed.
In a fight, yes.
Golovkin would kill you. Golovkin would kill you.
You know what?
Murder you.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest. Golovkin is the tall guy, right?
Golovkin is he's 5'11".
Yeah. So he has more of a chance. He'd last 2 rounds, and then I'd finish.
Fair enough. So you'd also be Crawford, who has wrestling background.
I'd be all of them, bro.
Yeah, but I think Crawford would have you in the chokehold. You'd be suffering to breathe like.
So what if I got you? Let's just get you B-level fighters. I'm not even gonna go to high-level fighters. Let me get you Eddie Alvarez. What would happen if you fought Eddie Alvarez?
Me?
Yes.
Eddie Alvarez. Yes. Is he primarily a grappler?
He is.
I take off his jaw.
You take off.
I take off his jaw. I leave him decapitated. I take off his jaw. Look, you guys, you need to understand. Boxers hit hard. Like anytime, look, what's his name again? He fought Jake Paul. What's his name? He's a wrestler. He has the fuzzy hair.
Oh, Ben Askren.
Ben Askren. He'd never been knocked out in MMA before with all your.
Oh no, you're
with
right.
all your
there,
stuff. Yeah.
Ben Askren is definitely not a good representative.
Yeah,
You got a flying knee in MMA, bro.
Yeah. Well, by Masvidal. After how long? Until then, he had never been knocked out before.
Yeah, but he was fighting one championship, so that's.
But he still never. But it's MMA. He'd still never been knocked out before.
One
He fought a
MMA,
YouTube. He fought a YouTube boxer, somebody who wouldn't step inside the ring and wouldn't even give. Look, Tommy Fury beat him. Tommy Fury, we all know the locker room talk about Tommy Fury. He's fucking shit. He's rank, like he's terrible. Look, he's all right, but he's terrible. At the end of the day, but look, let's call a spade a spade. You're out. Like if you put any MMA fight in front of me, not in look, let's it's situation again. If the floor is slippery, I might not be able to fight. But if the floor is hard, nice and ready to go, your MMA fight is done.
Okay. So, next question is for you, Eddie. Does being a jack, he keeps on saying this, does being a jack of all trades actually dilute all your skills?
He's not a jack of all trades.
No, I'm saying you. No, let's just say MMA as a whole.
I am a jack of all trades.
Okay, let's say MMA as a whole does diluting all your time into different disciplines: grappling, striking, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu.
This is what I'm saying. This is something that boxers don't understand about. The hours that we put in grappling, wrestling, punching, kicking.
Hugging
They don't
man.
understand.
Like hugging another man.
Like every boxer's life is depressing. They go to the gym, they punch the bag, they leave the gym, they go home. They come to the gym again, they skip, hit the bag, maybe spar, lose a few brain cells with the helmet on, go home. It's such a depressing lifestyle. But if you match them against a good fighter that knows how to jiu-jitsu, wrestling,
professional
boxing.
Hugging. So professional hugging, basically.
Not really, because I can just get you a Muay Thai guy and I can tell you, okay, let's go in the ring. He can kick you, he can elbow you, he can knee you.
Yeah, very one-dimensional though. Like they don't, Muay Thai doesn't understand angles. Like people go to Thailand for the lady boys, not for training. You go there for the lady boys.
Hey, shout out to Thailand. Hey,
you lot go to Thailand for the lady boys and for the free. Like you hear random people. Oh,
it's only 100 baht. It's all good. You know how it is.
Look, you lot go to Thailand.
Look, nobody's in Thailand.
Shout out to Bangtel.
Look, Thailand has to have laws in place just so people don't sleep with minors. That's how crazy it's become. Like people are going to Thailand, abusing lady boys and everything, and I'm going there to learn Muay Thai. Bro, you can't fight. You're in the gym, you can't fight.
No, actually, I was in Bangtel. That's where I was
How
when I
many
was
lady
over.
boys did you?
I was there for like. Sorry.
How many lady boys did you sleep with? Like
I've had a few nightmares, but
right.
it's one of the best gyms I've ever went to. It's Brad Riddell, great coaching, Frank Hickman. George Hickman, shout out to Woody, all of them. Honestly, I think it's the best coaching you would ever get. It's like a city kickboxing mixed with, I don't even know, but at the end of the day, it's the best gym I've went to. People think when they go to Thailand, oh, it's just traditional, listen to that song. It's really not. It's one of the best striking gyms in my opinion, and wrestling. So shout out,
more efficient than Muay Thai.
Shout out to Bangtel. At the end of the day, bro, you can't fight.
Kickboxing and
At the end of the day,
they're pretty much similar.
boxers can't fight.
No. What's him? Kickboxing. The difference between kickboxing and Muay Thai. Kickboxing is made for long, rangy fighters, while Muay Thai is for short, fast fighters. It's for short, fast, the most vicious actions. Basically, the principle peekaboo that was actually made of.
Here we are again talking logically. We're just talking logic with you. This is we're going to logic now.
So let me stop you about there. And this is a question. We're kind of going in circles here. I know you are very passionate about boxing. You are very passionate about MMA.
I love martial arts.
You love martial arts, right?
Well, boxing is
You're a fan of martial arts.
Well, yeah,
I can see it in you. You just want to, I don't know why you're even sticking up with the boxing, realistically. Because you know an MMA guy would outdo you at any time.
If you feel like you could do that, that's just for you, Take it outside.
Let's get into the question, right? So this is from an entertainment point of view, right? We're gonna start with you. Do you think MMA, UFC, all these MMA promotions we have is the most entertaining, high impact for fans or people that watch these things these days?
All I know is in Dublin, when a UFC fight is on, when the Nahom's fight is on, there's a big buzz. When a boxing fight is on, nobody cares.
That's why Dana White brought boxing to Ireland. Is that why he brought boxing to Ireland?
I don't know what Dana White is doing. I'm just talking from my
Okay,
experience.
okay,
At the end of the day, when a boxing show is going on, and I mean big boxing show, Anthony Joshua is fighting. Is that Anthony Joshua or Anthony Taylor? What's his name?
Anthony Joshua.
Whatever his name. But at the end of the day, when he's fighting, nobody cares. Tyson Fury is fighting. Only the hardcore fans. All you have to do is get John Jones to fight
Do you
again.
know how many times I just sold out the Wembley Stadium, some of the biggest arenas? No MMA fighter, apart from maybe
Again,
Conor McGregor,
you keep talking
could sell
logic.
out.
You're talking logic. I'm talking about from me
Alright.
as
Your
Nahom
personal view,
living in Dublin.
Your personal view.
When
And-
a boxer
and
is
that's the problem
fighting,
with MMA
I don't
fighters.
see people.
That-
Where are the
that's-
people?
Okay, so I want Malik to give his answer. And the question again.
No,
is,
he's not giving his answer
I
because
want him to-
nobody
I want
really.
him- I want
When
him
was
to
the
give
last
his
time we've
answer.
heard of boxing?
Okay.
Never.
Like-
Well, I like boxing too. There's some very big boxing
Of
shows.
course.
Bear to
So-
beef Bivol. I will go
No,
to Bear to beef
100%.
Bivol.
It's always
We
the
have-
boxers that are talking logistically, but realistically living in Ireland. I can only talk from my point of view.
I don't want to talk from that point of view.
I have never heard of a boxer.
I want to say
I have
numbers.
never heard
Callum
of a boxing
Walsh.
I
show.
want to talk
Katie
about
Taylor.
Who's Callum Walsh?
Callum Walsh is a great fighter. He's a great
Let's
fighter.
talk numbers and let's say what's most. I want to just.
Who
get
is
to the,
Callum Walsh?
I need
He's
to
a
get
great
to the
fighter.
bottom of this question.
He's an
'cause
Irish fighter. He's
you
great.
jumped around the question, so I want to come back to you. Malik, do you think boxing is the most engaging for fans these days, where they're putting on
Look.
good shows?
Look.
No.
back to
Boxing,
back.
No.
I'll put it to you like boxing is so good. We have a little version which we call influencer boxing that he's trying to fight in. We have a little.
Do you not have
know
a,
when they-
do you
they
not
start
have a
little
promotion
versions
that
of-
does cross boxing?
No, we don't do cross boxing.
You do cross boxing.
We promote talent. We
So if
promote
I was to
talent.
fight Ben Williams on your show, would you let that happen?
No, because we
Yes,
don't
you
let-
would.
We don't
Oh
let-
my God,
No,
you
no,
would.
no, no,
He is
no.
lying.
Look,
He is lying.
Look. Let me call a spade to you. I wouldn't. Maybe other people that are doing it with me would say, "Oh,
You're
yeah,
lying,
just
bro.
for the
You're
money,
lying on this
just for the
podcast.
views."
Hey, we don't
Just
lie on this
look,
podcast.
that
You know
proves my
this.
point. That proves my point. That proves my point. You know, that proves my point. How exciting boxing really is. Like nobody wants to watch you and Ben Williams grab each other, hug each other, sniff each other's crotches. Like we don't want to see that. You know, we want to see fast action. Let's even talk about the UFC fighters contracts. Do you get me? Knockout bonuses, because we want to see the buzz, we want to see the bang. But you guys don't have that. You can grab each other for like 30 seconds, breathe, kiss him, good night, and everything in the clinch. We don't.
But
need
that's
like,
what I mean about boxers. They've never been cracked with a 4-ounce gloves until you forget.
We've been cracked. We've been cracked. We
With
just don't
4-ounce
get
gloves.
hugged. We
With
don't hug each
4-ounce
other.
gloves. Have you ever been
We don't-
touched with a 4-ounce
We don't
gloves?
grab people's ankles and start rolling through the.
This is
Yeah,
dangerous.
yeah.
And I
But-
need you to understand
Yeah,
this. This is very dangerous for your well-being. If you think this is guy gonna roll around, he will choke you out. You will be
Yeah,
asleep.
and is this in the ring or is it outside the
I
ring?
need to
Anywhere.
We're
I'd
going
poke
in
his
circles,
eyes.
lads.
I'd poke him in the eye.
Neither of you could give me an answer. All I want to talk about is from an entertainment point of view. Just
entertainment,
quickly.
yeah, like I
is
said.
boxing the most entertaining fight
Easy.
stuff
Look at
that
the
we have
numbers.
at the
Look at
moment right
Mayweather.
now?
Look at the legends we've created. Muhammad Ali. Look at Dana White even trying to get into boxing. Look. If we even talk about the MMA fighters contracts, let's look at even who MMA fighters favor. Let's look at everybody who's ever been a legend in MMA. Look at what they do. They do knockouts. The fans want knockouts. Like what did the Soldier of God say? The people pay pay-per-view. Like we want knockouts. We want
That is true, because knockouts is entertaining.
It's
We
entertaining.
want to see
It's
knockouts.
entertaining. So boxing
So
does that.
in your opinion, how is MMA more entertaining for people to watch, to stay up late and watch these fights, to support these shows and pay pay-per-view?
4 a.m.
I just think it's so funny because I don't even know any boxers. This is the funny thing about this.
You know Peter Carr?
No, Peter Carr is a good friend of mine and he's a very good fighter, and that's how I know him. He actually done kickboxing before boxing. So that's how I know him. He's a very good fighter. But in general, I don't know any good boxers. Like Katie Taylor, obviously everybody knows her. She's an Irish legend. But like I'm trying to think who I would stay up for that fights boxing. Nothing comes to
But
mind.
is that 'cause you don't
But I'm
like boxing
pretty
that
sure
much?
that if I fight, I'm not even that big. If I fight, it'd be entertaining enough for people, the whole Dublin, to be like, do you know what? I'm gonna watch this guy.
Okay, so Crossover influencer boxing events damaging boxing's credibility.
Look, we have fellas like this trying to box. You know, he doesn't understand the boxing game. You know, we have fellas like this trying to box.
I am global. Tell them I'm global, lad.
Yeah, look, I have seen you box, and you're a good boxer.
Thank you. We're getting there.
You're a good boxer.
Okay, now you just need to understand fighting.
There's levels. There's levels to this. You're a good boxer.
I understand there's levels.
But there's exceptional, and then there's legendary.
I understand that there's levels.
And crossover
and
fighters
what I do
are good boxers. Like, they're good in their own right. They're good in their own right.
Is it damaging boxing?
Look, it's damaging.
Is it better for the sport?
It's damaging to the degree for the amateur fighters. We don't, and that's what Air Showdown does with MMA, kickboxing. What we do is we want to use talent to promote talent. We want to use the real talent out there to promote the other talents that we see. So, but influencer boxing doesn't do that. You promote your own platform through your own charisma, your own stuff. It doesn't really promote the people coming up, the people that are putting the hard work into. Probably damage a lot of upcoming talented amateur fighters' careers. Yeah. But is it good for a boxing sense of exposure? And we'll be exposing some people who can talk like Wedi, who can chat shit like Wedi. Yeah, it will. But for the future generations, terrible. For now, it's wonderful. And that's what I'll say.
You've said nice things there. It's about talking the talk and walking the walk. And goddamn, that's what I'm doing. And that's why my career went to where it went to. And that's why you're doing your promotion, helping fighters do that. So, yeah.
Because at least we agreed on one thing. Enemies can shake hands before they fight, you know.
That is true. Wedi keeps on saying that boxing, outside of all the top names, marquee names, nobody's gonna tune in to watch boxing fights if it's not the top people fighting or if it's not a good card. Whereas you could have a UFC card that's similar, but they're doing more numbers than boxing shows. How would you?
What boxing shows are we talking about? Not Riyadh season, anyway.
Not Riyadh. Let's just say stuff outside of Riyadh season.
If you talk about Sky Sports boxing shows, maybe sometimes, depending on who you have on, maybe you bring out that fella who beats his wife. What's his name again? John Jones. Yeah, maybe from the woodwork somewhere to fight some has-been. And who's he ducking again? That fella.
Tom Aspinall.
Yeah, exactly. He's ducking him too. See, like, you have loads of ducks. We call them ducks, you know. In the fight world, we have loads of ducks. You know, loads of people ducking people. If you bring them out, maybe you get more views. But you know, in boxing, like, you know, one thing I'll give MMA is you guys don't have journeymen. You don't have journeymen. Everybody can give you a good fight. But in boxing, you know, we have the people at the bottom and we have people at the top. So, generally speaking, you have to work your way to the top. In MMA, you lot are just shit.
So, which sport do you think has a more loyal fan base, boxing or MMA?
I don't really understand how boxing works, but for MMA fans, I think it's all about what audience you're attacking, you know, as a brand. Obviously, me, I'm lucky enough that I have Irish fans and I also have Eritrean fans that are backing me. So
I'm not your fan.
No, you're not my fan, but I can see it in your face, bro. I can see it in your face. You're looking at me saying, this guy can bang, bro. This guy can bang. He can move. The thing about you is, bro, right?
Yeah.
You tell the truth sometimes, right?
Sometimes.
And what you said that I really liked is that you liked how I box.
Yeah, I liked it.
You're already,
it was decent.
So you're already intrigued. Now I just
need
need to introduce about my other aspects of the game to let you know that, look, bro, we can do this.
Yeah, show me. Like, I don't know. What's his record? 10-0? Like,
yeah, man. Like 11 and something.
What did he do? Did you bore him to death?
Never, bro. All my fights are actually, there's about 7 finishes in there.
Yeah. How did you finish them? Crutch by crutch?
No, mostly grappling. I just choked them out. People like you that like to talk, but they don't know how to. No, they come in with a bug and take them down, show them how it's done. And guess what? If they try taking me down, we keep it standard. It's versatile, diverse. Something that boxers don't know about.
Okay. I can tell delusion is a thing, but look.
How can it be delusion if I have done it? Yeah. It's literally, you can read about this. You can read about this on Topology, and it will tell you Nahom Wedi win via rear naked choke.
And how far is that? Like, look, we want, like...
Wait. Most importantly, Nahom Wedi win in a cage.
Okay.
Boxers, they don't fight. It's a competition.
Okay.
Nobody watches competitions every Saturday. What? Where? CE West? Brother.
Yeah. No,
come on now.
Look, at the end of the day, you could keep, bear hugging people, sniffing people's crutches and
Boxers don't
grabbing them
even
by
do
the
fight
neck,
nights. Boxers don't even do fight nights.
Oh, we do.
Most.
Air Showdown does a fight night. Air Showdown does a fight night.
Apart from Air Showdown,
we do kickboxing and boxing, but look, fair enough.
Okay, diverse. You're getting there. You just need to introduce MMA now.
I wouldn't watch you fight. That's
so
what
same question back to you, Malik. Which do you think has a more loyal fan base? I'm gonna from your point of view, do you think boxing has more loyal fan base or MMA has a more?
You know
loyal
what?
fan base?
You know what? Yeah, I give it to the MMA wankers on this one because you can't look at a sport like that and be delusional enough to continue to support it. So you have to give it to them. Like they're actually delusional enough to continue to watch that shit happening. Like bro, like come on, man. We've seen some absolutely horrible fights and people. Oh my god, how did that happen? Oh my god.
So you think Khabib is boring?
Come on, man.
Khabib is
without
boring.
Conor McGregor, there would be no Khabib.
Okay, Conor McGregor is boring.
Yeah.
John Jones is boring.
Conor
Israel
McGregor is
Adesanya is boring.
Conor the strikers again. Like
Justin Gaethje is a wrestler.
Yeah,
he comes from a wrestling
he's
background.
Okay. He's okay.
Is he boring though?
Yeah. I'd say he's boring. Yeah, I'd say Max Holloway. Did he not just win BMF or something like that?
He just lost actually recently.
He lost
to a boxer as well.
Alex Topuria is it?
Yeah, Topuria is really good boxer.
Look. We'll agree to disagree.
Okay.
All right. So next one's about health and longevity. We're gonna start with you. So we're gonna say in MMA you're striking and doing so many different ways to finish an opponent. So that means, do you think who ends their careers worse off, a boxer or an MMA fighter, with the amount of damage they take?
I think if you really look at boxers, they wear helmets to train, even in sparring, which I think once you get rattled, it keeps dazing you. There's something about it, scientifically proven as well. The helmet is actually worse. Whereas if MMA fighters, you get caught once, first and foremost, as John Kavanagh says, upgrading the software without damaging the hardware. So a lot of MMA fighters implement that. Obviously, you'll meet a few Mongols just throwing haymakers, but at the end of the day, once you're not doing that stupidity, like 4 ounce gloves, MMA. You get
this
hit.
This is why I hate MMA. This is why it's not practical in the real world, because no one's gonna be holding back their punches when they fight you. Well, he is right.
I'm not saying you hold back though. I'm just saying when you get hit with 4 ounce gloves, you're either out or you're just already like, oh, okay, we'll stop it. The ref will stop it. Go to a boxing gym, you're getting wobbled, nearly getting knocked out, but you're not really knocked out, and you're just observing a lot of shots while the helmet is on. It's just stupidity. It is stupidity, because that is how you lose brain cells. That is how you start stuttering over your words and not be as precise as me with your words, and you can't even be marketable. So this is what I'm talking about.
So let's hear Malik's point of view.
Yeah, he's right. No, I would. You know what? Yeah, like he said, I can be honest sometimes. He's right. He's right. Boxing, look, we know the effects of boxing. It's been studied, but MMA as a sport, only started like in the early 2000s,
1999.
Like, UFC, like Ultimate Fight Championship started around like 1999. There hasn't been enough champions to be studied, but generally speaking, probably with all the hugging you guys do, there's less impact. Like look,
we utilize more weapons, elbows, knees, and at the end of the day, you only have two hands.
Yeah, and those two hands.
If I just do this, you can't even use them anymore. If I just do this, you can't use them anymore.
I can move back like that. Look, at the end of the day, look.
Let's continue on. Right?
This monster is getting me going.
Let's get into financials.
They own UFC. They own you. This can owns you, bro.
Shout out to John Kavanagh. Get me sponsored by Monster. You know how we do.
This can owns him, bro.
I own the can. The can owns me. It's a good life.
Let's stop. Let's get into the financials. Right?
The can could probably fight better than the boxers. But anyway,
we're gonna start with my league for this one.
Okay.
Which sport do you think looks after their fighters better after their careers are over?
Definitely not UFC. Not MMA. Come on, man. They have a lawsuit going on because they're all stupid to even do that sport, a sport that doesn't care about you. They're all stupid. They took their losses and they went. Like that's the problem with MMA. Like,
what makes you think that though?
What makes me think what?
Well, that they don't care about their fighters.
Oh, it's literally in the UFC contract. You don't get anything after.
You do. Israel Adesanya gets one of the most paid. Look,
Israel, like, and he's a striker.
They pay life-changing money. Once you get to the top 15,
and how many people get to the top 15?
And how many people make it like Anthony Joshua? How many people make it like Tyson Fury?
Look, Look,
most of their careers, most of boxers' careers, it ends in the gym. Sadly enough.
Yeah, I don't know any Look, if you're not good enough to hang with the best, you're just not good enough to hang with the best.
Again,
delusion gets people. You know, I know what you're talking about. Some boxers are delusional and they go there. They're not meant to be there. But every MMA fight is not meant to be fighting.
How many
in
make
the first
it?
place?
Let's look at the percentages. How many actually make it?
More than MMA fighters.
You reckon?
I know for a fact. I know more.
What is making it to you in a fight?
Making it to me is making a certain amount of money that's worth all the pain you go through.
Which sport do you think looks after their fighters better after their careers are over? Which has set them up better for life after?
I actually think it's not after, it's before that matters to me. It's like as you're coming up, obviously, as much as I hate this dickhead, his show, what it does is it promotes people before they become anything. And for me, it's not about the aftermath of things, it's about before, who promotes. And if I'm really looking at it and being honest, MMA does it best. No boxing promotion really is promoted. They want you to be good. They want you to be a knockout artist. Maybe you're entertaining. Then they will start looking after you. Whereas if there's, PFL are introducing great things. Octagon are up there.
I've seen Octagon.
They're doing documentaries with fighters. Obviously, you have to be somewhat marketable, but like at the end of the day, it's just there's very less in boxing that make it, in my opinion. I can't remember. I don't even know any boxers. Realistically,
what do you call me?
Dickhead.
Say again.
So are we good on? All good. So continuing on.
Basically, you were out clinched there, by the way.
Which sport do you think is more accessible to aspiring fighters? Let's just say there's a young lad, or you saw somebody young that's after watching boxing on the television.
Look, boxing's so accessible. Like you can join any boxing gym, a fiver in. Like shout out to Phil Sutcliffe. You can pay a fiver into Crumlin down the road. You can pay a fiver into Santry. You can pay a fiver into any of the clubs. You could pay a fiver into Celtic Eagles if you're in Galway. You can pay a fiver into Mitchelstown if you're in Cork. Look, these people are there to support you. They're there to grow you. But MMA people, 80 euro a month or 80 euro for 2 weeks or something like that, that's not attainable for kids. Nobody should, look, in this cost of living crisis,
but
people shouldn't have to be paying all that.
Don't you think it's very taxing on the coaches
to do what?
To just teach them jiu-jitsu
with their big bellies? Oh my God, grab somebody like this.
100% of because they're wasting their time, they're wasting their energy, and they're in the gym a lot more. It's easier to just be like, do you know what? Everybody line up, skip rope, hit the bag, see you after. And the next day is the same thing for 7 days.
Look,
in John Kavanagh and Dave Roach, the amount of time they waste on, I wouldn't say waste because that's not how they look at it, but the amount of time they spend on their fighters is crazy. And even afterwards, padding each fighter. Let's say I have a fight coming up, they'll do the class. Now I have to get padded.
You don't deserve
now.
pads.
Brad Katana is gonna get padded. Matt Zaharov's
You don't deserve pads. You lot don't deserve pads. You should just leave you to keep doing that thing you do on the floor where you all spar and be dancing around like fairies. You don't deserve pads.
Should I just want you to answer the question?
I'm not even answering the question now.
Why
Because
not,
you're not
though?
relaxed, bro.
I am relaxed. Just answer the question.
Right, go on.
Do you think
I'm not
MMA
answering the
is...
question.
No, answer the question then. No, answer the fucking question.
He's still stressed. Chill the fuck out. Relax, bro. Please. Go on.
Unsaya. So, Wedi, we need your opinion. Do you think MMA is more accessible to aspiring fighters?
I actually like what he said there. Obviously, it's a bit dear, but I also think it's taxing on the coaches, to look after their wrestling. Their, if you look at Dave Roach and John Kavanagh, it's like my second family, realistically, because moral support, pads, everything, you know what I mean. They have to do that for so many fighters. It's very hard. I have to go to Sweden now to fight. Let's say they have to travel with me, come back again to coach.
Do you not pay them?
It's just
to travel with you.
We actually don't. It's just a membership, and that's all that is. It's like, come on now.
To your level. Look,
it's easier. As I said, it's easier to say as a boxing coach, everybody skip and hit the bag and you're doing great, son. Everybody can do that.
Let's stop this both there, bro. And you can both answer. Which do you think is more supported by actual government funding? Because I know there's lots of gyms out there that just end up closing down. Do you think boxing is more looked after?
In Ireland, none. In Ireland, none. None. Let's call a spade a spade. None. They don't give fighters enough attention. Boxing is the highest meddling sport in Ireland, actually. they don't get what they need to get. The gyms are not getting what they need to get. The fighters are not getting the exposure they need to get. There's nothing to work to or work towards for MMA fighters and boxers and kickboxers. Anybody, there's just none. Fighters are always looking for sponsorship deals. No support from anybody. No support from the local businesses or the government. So none.
And you
He's saying, I think, yeah, like their support, especially for amateurs or people that are coming up, fighters that are coming up, is very low. I think that could be in boxing and MMA. It's all the same, and that's why, as he said, you have a promotion that kind of, you know,
sports people,
that supports that, and obviously Real Rise as well. You can always follow. That will help you with your branding as a fighter, as a company. So yeah, it's like we need more of them. So why not?
We can agree on that. Even though he's shit.
We got you to agree on something.
I still think I'd kill you, bro. I'd kill you stone dead, bro. You're sitting over there. Do you know how dangerous it is?
I have my glasses on because I know I could take him on in a minute.
Do you know how dangerous it is to sit across from me?
If I pull down these glasses, it's over.
I'm telling you. Do you know how dangerous it is? If I was you, I'd be scared right now. I'd be scared right now.
Skinny little fella.
I'm telling you.
I take you out.
Your knee would be dislocated.
I give you 30 seconds.
I'm telling you, bro. I would die you, bro. I would die you, bro.
You'd be shitting from your mouth, bro.
Okay, so
I've heard this all.
Here's what we're gonna do next, right?
We're gonna put together. All my life. I've been hearing this, bro. I've been hearing this. TikTok.
Your life is in my hands.
Brother,
your life is in my hands.
I heard it off TikTok. I heard it off Twitter. I heard it off everything. They all say to me, "You will die." They've been saying to me
right now.
What you mean my life is in your hands?
Like Thanos,
brother, you would be dead. You don't understand. You do not understand what would happen to you right now.
Look, you see these hands?
It's actually dangerous. I'd snap your elbow right now. I'd snap your elbow right now. I'd snap your elbow right now.
Grab him again.
Moving on, gentlemen. Moving on, right?
I'd snap your elbow right now.
No. This is what we're gonna do now. Yeah, we're gonna put together a 5 aside, right?
He thinks him big is actually credit him. No, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. How? You don't even know your ranges.
Look at this.
You don't even know your ranges. You don't even know your ranges. I seen that miles away. I seen that miles away.
Now we're gonna put together. You're gonna put together your top best 5 boxers, and he's gonna put together his best top 5 MMA fighters, and we're gonna pit them against each other.
Is this based off who would win in a street fight or based off in
street fight is different. You can have a knife, you can have a bottle. It's
no. Let's
just I would kill you. Are you crazy in the head?
This is in between the two of you.
He died.
I need you to put together a team.
He's scared.
Your top 5 boxers against your top 5 MMA fighters.
I can never be shaken.
He's shaking.
I can never be shaken off a boxer, bro. A boxer. You guys, you have glasses because you don't even want to see me. You don't even want to see me out the. It's not even sunny, mate. Sunny. What's up with you?
You're locked in here with
me. Sunny.
This is dangerous.
Sonny boxer.
He's saying you're locked in there with him, but you're locked in there with him.
You have to put your glasses on,
mate. Your danger sense is all off, you know.
Like, you don't even, boxers don't even have peripheral vision.
Nah, don't worry.
Don't worry. You need 1 at a lower weight, 2 at middleweight, and 2 at heavyweight. You need 1 at a lower weight.
I need you to relax because at the end of the day, I don't need anybody. He's a boxer. Just get them in 1 by 1. Yeah. 1 by 1. Yeah. I'll be in the cage myself.
One knockout.
All good.
It takes 1 10-year-old kid that can box to take this fella out. He's shaped like a kid.
In a fight,
he's
bro.
Built like a kid.
He's built like
a kid.
He's built like
He's built like a kid.
Shaped like
He's built like a kid.
Shaped like a kid.
Look at me. Look at him.
Look at you.
I have to move in the camera.
Fuck
it. That's so
balling as well. Can we do a 4 episode?
Yeah.
Are you emotional about it? No? Okay, let's go.
Go. We're gonna put together your top 5 boxers.
I don't want to talk to him anymore.
Versus your top 5 MMA fighters. I know he doesn't know his place, but let's put him in his place. By boxing knowledge, it can be from any era. Who's your top 5?
Take off your sunglasses, mate.
I'm not taking.
Take off your sunglasses.
I don't need to see you. You need to see me.
I see you already. I see you already. I seen you before I came to the studio. I seen you before I came to the studio.
Okay.
That's how this is the difference we're having here. Kick range. Remember what I told you. Write it down. Take notes. Take notes.
I don't fight with little boys.
Take notes.
I don't fight with little boys.
Take notes. Shout out to Monster. Let them all take notes.
Monster owns him. So look,
Monster doesn't own me.
You're fighting.
It doesn't own me. Shout out to John Kavanagh.
If UFC told you to sign a contract right now, would you take it?
No. Because I have Misfits coming on board, I have PFL coming on board, Octagon coming on board. No.
So you wouldn't take the UFC
it depends.
So all the arguing you've been doing for no reason.
How much are they going to pay me? How much?
Any amount you name. You're owned by Monster
We'll
at that
see,
moment.
we'll see.
You're owned
And
by
then
Monster at that
We
moment.
have to renegotiate the contract.
The moment you enter, you're owned by Monster. Monster
Nobody
owns you.
owns
And
me,
Reebok.
bro.
And
Reebok.
Nobody
Reebok
owns
owns you.
me, bro. You know how it is. You know how you roll, TJ. Does anybody own me? No.
Okay.
Right, so you're top 5.
So you're telling me you wouldn't let me fight in a cross boxing fight with Ben Williams in your show?
Well, we don't.
Would
do
you or would you not?
cross-boxing. We don't do crossboxing.
Would you do that though?
We don't do crossboxing.
Would you make that happen?
You need 6 months of training in a boxing gym before we let you in the ring. No, that's our rule. You need 6 months of training, and you wouldn't be on the 5v5. You'd probably be on the loose cards. You know, just a little buzz for you and anybody else. You know, your family, friends come watch, clap for you, and you can get out of the ring if you win or lose.
Brother, I'm a pay-per-view fighter. You know that, yeah?
Bro,
There's no clapping for me. Yeah? They watch through the telly or the internet. That's how that goes. You give me a link.
So you don't like people in person?
Not
You
really.
don't
I
get
don't
support in
care. I
person?
don't care. They're gonna come anyway. But mainly what I do best is pay-per-view. So understand that.
Yeah.
So if I come in a cross boxing in your show, would you let it
We don't
happen?
do crossboxing. That's not what we do.
Would
We
you
wanna
let it happen?
Promote amateurs. If it happens, you need to be.
You rate me, bro. I know you rate me, bro.
No,
You rate me, bro. I know you
bro.
do.
You need to be at a certain level to be able to be in our ring.
So now we're gonna discuss your five. Let's do a 5v5. We're gonna do your top 5 boxers from any era versus your top 5 MMA fighters for any era, and it's gonna be like a big WWE SmackDown.
Can you put yourself in, yeah?
You can if you want, but
I wouldn't be putting myself in
obviously you can if you want.
So
So let's do your top 3 boxers versus your top 3 MMA fighters.
that would win in a street fight against each other, right?
Let's just keep it like MMA is gonna
Yeah.
be. They can do anything that they want,
fair enough.
and boxers are gonna be able to do.
Is there weapons involved?
No weapons,
Easy,
all straight
easy,
hands,
easy.
straight hands. Right, begin with you,
Easy.
Malik.
Mike
Right?
Tyson, number 1. Number 2, Riddick Big Daddy Bo. He smacks some jaws, you know. He little pansies. He take his out. He take really Big Daddy Bo. And last person, Muhammad Ali. We've seen, proven. He's already fought an MMA fighter before. Proven, you know, you can't beat him. He's a legend. He's a great.
That's a heavy team there. So how are you gonna
Don't
counteract
worry,
that?
I got you. I think Muhammad Ali be deaded by John Jones. I think I'd have Israel Adesanya on the right wing there, smashing up Mike Tyson. I'm telling you, you have some. I don't know what name you've mentioned there.
Riddick Big
It doesn't
Daddy Bo.
matter. I just put myself in the middle.
Against Riddick Big Daddy
So
Bo.
I'm basically the centre mid. Israel on the right, John Jones on the
Lost
left.
by murder.
I'm telling you,
No,
bro.
let me take out. I'll
These-
put myself
these-
just right to face you, right in the middle with you,
Brother.
Take out Big Daddy, but I'm enough. He's an overkill, you know.
Brother, come on now. My fakes would get to you. You would think I'm
No
punching
fakes.
you. You'd come forward. You'd
fakes.
get head kicked.
You know what fate is.
So next we're gonna do is you're gonna do a questionnaire. You're about gonna reach into the jar and ask each other's questions. Are you ready, lads?
Take off my glasses for this because I want to see.
ask-
Just box the questions the MMA fighter is gonna ask you.
It should be the other way around. I'm picking off the MMA and then he's picking off the thing. I don't want to ask him, bro. I don't want to ask him shit, bro.
No, fair enough. Fair
Let's
enough.
see how this works.
I'm gonna
take-
Ready first, reaching.
Ladies first, is it?
Do you think boxers would survive if they faced leg kicks, takedowns, and submissions?
Look, we've seen boxers for 5. Clarissa Shields, PFL, she's already smacking jaws there, you know. We've seen, Ngannou, but we've seen him knock out fighters just from knockouts, you know. We've seen Derek Lewis. Jiu-Jitsu doesn't work on that guy. He literally lifts you up, throws you around the place, and he go back to punching you. Yeah, I think it's all about closing distance, understanding situation, understanding environment. And yeah, I think they could.
They're loaded.
Do you think the inclusion of grappling in MMA makes the sport less entertaining for fans who enjoy stand-up combat?
Repeat that again. It's too busy shadowbox.
So, do you think all the hugging you do makes...
Is that what it's saying?
Yeah.
Read it properly
look,
out to me.
It says,
I'm
do you
not
think
answering
all the
that if you're
hugging
not
you
reading
do
out properly. What does it
makes-
say? I don't need
Look,
explanation. I
look,
need you
look.
to answer that.
You know what? Yeah.
Okay, I can't do this.
Because I'm an
read
adult.
what it's
I'm
saying.
Okay, I'm
Read
gonna
what
read
it's
it 'cause,
saying.
because obviously he's shaped like a boy, he's acting like a boy. I'm gonna be the big man I am, and you know.
The big man you
Yeah,
are that can't
see.
grapple, that can't fight.
I
just
I
keep you
can
on-
fight.
Telling you you can't.
You know I can
Telling
fight.
you
You know
can't.
I can fight.
Go on.
You know I can fight.
Go on.
You've tasted these before. You
No,
know?
I did say you're a very good promoter. 100%. You have one of the best shows. You can't fight though. You can't fight though.
Okay. Do you think
you can box, but you can't fight?
Okay, if you think they're not one in the same, it's okay. Do you think the inclusion of grappling in MMA, basically hugging, innit, makes
Is that what it says?
It's not what it says, but I'm interpreting.
So can you please say what it says?
Sorry, sir. Do you think the inclusion of grappling in MMA makes the sport less entertaining for fans who?
No, it doesn't, because what happens is you have people. So the way I see it is you're either boring or you're not. You're boring. I can see it in you. I am not. So even if I try to wrestle, it's Nahom wrestling, so it's all good.
Well,
so you're either marketable or you're not. So I can literally go do a single leg on someone. It'd be like, oh, that guy done a single leg. But if it's a guy that can't, if it's a boring guy, so you're either boring or you're not. So the way it is.
Ooh, single leg, oh my God. He grabbed my leg.
Yeah, but more than likely, I'm just going to knee you in the mush. Well, let's be honest.
We were standing
spade
right
is spades.
We were standing right there.
Spade is spades. Spade, bro,
shaking.
I towered
like
over you. I did
You were
nothing.
shaking like a little boy.
You're breathing heavy already.
Look, I'm
You're actually breathing heavy. Are you shaking? You're alright. Are you okay?
I'm strong.
Oh, good.
I'm good.
Hunky dories.
I'm good.
That's
good.
perfect. Why hasn't boxing adopted more modern marketing strategies? Which you're going to answer that very good, I think. Like MMA, which appeals to a younger audience.
We don't need to. We don't have a crowd of that don't know how to fight. We don't need to. What works? You don't fix what's not broken. It works. It's worked so far. We have people like you trying to, jump into the.
I'm not trying to jump onto anything.
The cross.
I'm not trying to. They're trying to jump on me. Different. Different.
Look. Where I come from, having fellas trying to jump on you doesn't sound like a great thing. But look. I'm all inclusive. You can do that if you want. You can do that if you want. If you want fellas jumping on you, it's fair. But all I'm gonna say is, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So we don't need extra marketing. We don't need to have fellas running and shouting and doing what John Jones does, hiding under tables when the USADA come to test him if he's using drugs. We don't need that. We need none of that.
So there's.
You need us. We don't need you.
No comment.
I'm gonna read this for you.
Jesus, you're boring the life out of me right now. Just come on, will you? Are you dyslexic as well?
Look,
are you actually dyslexic?
Look, yeah.
Are you dyslexic too?
Have you lost brain cells before?
I've never did. I don't even get touched.
I think you have.
I never get touched. Never get touched.
You right there, no?
Bro, you never touched me, bro. I'd be under you. I'm telling you, if it wasn't for that camera, you'd be on your head right now.
Look. We can all lie, I'm just trying not to go to prison,
Go on. Ask the questions, bro.
How often do MMA fighters win?
What is he laughing at?
Look,
just read it. He's dyslexic. He's just trying to hide that. You're actually trying to hide it,
Look, let me finish this, Let me finish this because...
I like you, though, because you're trying to hide it, but you're dyslexic. That's what it is.
Look.
You should have went to school. That's what should have happened.
I'm going to finish this and you're going to choke.
You should have went to school.
After I ask you this question, you're going to choke. I have a law degree.
Go on.
I went to school.
No, you didn't. What you getting, you're leaving.
I have a law degree.
What you getting, you're leaving.
I got like 500 points.
Say like stick to skill then, you fucking nerd. It's all these nerds that do this shit.
No. Most of the nerds are actually in MMA. And that's from what I found. But anyway, now I'm gonna finish the question. How often do MMA fighters win when they step into the boxing ring? Does it prove that boxing is more superior?
I'm gonna have to give you that. Obviously, a lot of MMA fighters that try to jump in, they do lose. Yeah, but like we didn't have a good representation as well. Conor McGregor kind of,
Well, he could have got knocked out at any time.
He done what he could, but you have Dylan Dennis, and obviously we didn't have like the best representation. But have somebody like Israel Adesanya in the boxing ring.
He'd lose.
Have somebody like Brad Riddell in the boxing.
They'd lose. They die.
Why do so many boxing matches end in repetitive clinching? Does that slow the excitement?
Like I said to you at the beginning of this discussion, clinching is an important part.
Actually, do you ever notice that?
Yeah.
It's like you punch 2 combos, 3-piece, straight away into hugging.
We
and it's not even a hugging sport.
we fight for longer than you guys do. You know, we fight longer than you guys do, and clenching is a very important part of boxing. That's what a lot.
So that's why you're gonna blame it on the time.
Look,
it's the clock. It's the clock's fault that you're shooting.
We don't use drugs.
You're shooting.
Look, we don't use drugs as much as MMA fighters do. Like you lot.
Not all of us do. Not all of us do.
Every single week, I hear another MMA fighter saying, "Oh, I used something."
At least you're hearing from us. I don't hear shit from boxers. I don't hear nothing from boxers.
There's boxers with drug allegations too, but not as much as MMA people. You have your best fighters, drug. Everybody in your whole division probably has 1 or 2 drug allegations. BJJ, we already know that place is a drug den. You might as well set up a cartel while you're at it. But look, when it comes to when it comes to
hey, I can't doubt you on that one. BJJ, I can't stand up for them. Yeah, 100%.
Look, I know my sports unlike some people, you know.
I know my sport. Again, you know it logically. I know, I've experienced it. I smash head kicks off people's heads. I've put people down. I've kneed someone in the fucking nose. You know it logically, bro. This is the problem. You think fighting is boxing. Realistically, it's not.
So yeah,
it's not.
I'll just answer the question.
You answered already. I don't want to hear from you anymore. Go on, ask me.
I'm gonna answer.
I want to hear it myself, not you.
Clenching is an important part of sports.
You can't clinch though.
Oh, I can clinch.
You can't clinch.
As a boxer, I can
oh
clinch.
My God, you can't clinch. I'm telling you now, you can't clinch. How do you defend an elbow off clinch?
I said I can clinch.
How?
I'm not an MMA fighter, but I can clinch.
How would you stop? How would you stop an elbow of? How can you throw you?
I throw you. You won't have time for the elbow, but I'll ask my question now, because you know
you're getting confused.
We've said what we needed.
You're getting confused, bro. You're breathing heavy. You're getting
of a consistent ranking system. MMA hurts the credibility compared to boxing.
It's just a broad question, bro. You're asking. I don't know. You're just making it up at this stage.
No,
that's not even on the thing. That's not even on the thing. I don't want to see it, bro. I already seen it. I told you. I seen it before you. I seen it before you even arrived here, bro. My peripheral vision is way too good. But anyway, to answer your question.
You want to prove if it's real? Because
I actually don't believe you, bro. Yeah. Do you think the lack of consistent ranking system in MMA hurts its credibility? No. It's a credible sport anyway.
That's why
it is. Every time you fight, you blame the clock because you are clinching all the time, and then you are saying you are like knockout artists, but nobody knows you. So this is a bit different. You know, we have fight nights, we have tournaments, we have everybody knows MMA fighters in it. Like who knows boxers realistically?
Well, do you know Muhammad Ali?
Who? Muhammad Ali?
Yeah. Oh,
I know him. I've heard of him.
Have you heard of Mike Tyson?
Bro, is this the only thing, bro?
No,
it's like,
have you heard of
are you on repeat or something? It's like Muhammad Ali, bro. You're on repeat, bro.
Name me, okay, before John Jones, before Tom Aspinall, before all this crop of heavyweights.
Yes, McGregor.
Name me a good heavyweight.
A good heavyweight
in the UFC.
Mark Hunt.
Did you say fat cunt?
Mark Hunt.
Fat cunt.
He's stupid. You're actually a twat.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. Like, well, those people wouldn't stand.
Bullshit.
Ngannou would knock each and every one of them out. Yes or no?
Bullshit guy.
Okay.
Let's wrestle, kid.
Look.
Let's wrestle. You can't wrestle. I know you can't wrestle.
Look.
Do you think boxing is stuck in the past? While MMA represents the future of combat fucking sports, mate.
MMA represents the past.
Be honest. Be honest for once in your life.
MMA represents a lack of brain cells. MMA represents a lot of stuff that isn't great, but like I'll give it to MMA people. I'll give it to MMA practitioners.
It's a long day.
It's unbelievable what you guys do.
Are you gonna be honest on this podcast? Can we be honest for a second?
I'm gonna be honest. I think sometimes it's unbelievable what you guys do.
You're trying to put on a front that's not like suiting you. Does that make sense?
I think it suits me quite well.
So you're putting a front. So you just admitted you're putting a front.
It's who I am. So I am. But look, with MMA people, MMA anyway, I think MMA has its own lane. Boxing has its own lane. I have respect for MMA, but
you clearly don't, because everything you done here was just slated MMA.
Look, it was a discussion.
You're just lying again.
I'm a boxer.
These lies just keep coming out of your mouth.
I'm a boxer. and there's no need to lie. You know, look, I'll put you like.
Oh, so your
guys-
loyalty is what's doing that?
Yes,
Because you're loyal to boxing, but you
Exactly.
know where the real fighters.
I don't know where. I don't know.
Let's
where
wrestle,
the
kid. Let's wrestle. Let's
Gentlemen,
wrestle. Let's
this has
wrestle.
been excellent. We have both seen.
Of course, it's excellent.
You have
Every podcast I'm in is excellent.
No, it's great. I've heard a lot of waffle from him. I've heard a lot of waffle from you. You guys have.
Oh, yeah, you're a boxer, bro. He's a boxer. What do I expect out of a boxer?
Well, I've heard you spoke.
I know you were on his side for this one.
Well, I'm kind of midway. Like I like
love
MMA, I like Muay Thai, I like
all martial
boxing,
arts.
I like all
Well, you need
forms
the
of combat
fundamental. Your
sports.
fundamental should be boxing.
But so moving on, this has been great. You guys have given us some excellent arguments, but we need to close this up. So your closing arguments on why you think boxing is the better sport.
Look, I think, you know, I'm gonna, you know, obviously, I'm gonna be clear and I have so much respect for MMA fighters. I've met some of Wedi's coaches. I've had the opportunity to meet some unbelievable fighters. What's his name again? The French guy who does kickboxing. He's unbelievable. Does
Cedric
kickboxing.
Doumbé.
I've had a chance to be in the ring with him too. Unbelievable people. I've had a chance to be in the ring with Wedi. So this is all love, by the way. Like I have so much respect for MMA fighters. So I think all that needs to be done is talent needs to be highlighted. Once talent is highlighted enough, especially in Ireland, because we have an unbelievable crop of talent in Ireland, we can now have this discussion again. When the talent has been highlighted and we're at a stage where we're equal. Right now, maybe boxing's on top of MMA, but once we get to the same level,
You wish.
yeah, look, it's an opinion thing. Once we get to the same level, we can have this discussion again. I think, generally speaking, unbelievable. MMA fighters are
Excellent
unbelievable.
stuff there, Malik. And now you, what's your closing arguments on why MMA is the
I have so much respect for boxers. Anybody that walks into a ring, anybody that goes into a cage to actually fight and dedicates their whole life into the sport, I have so much respect for, and I have so much respect for you as well. I'm picking up for the other side. At the end of the day, once you're trying to better your life and you're not a drug addict, you're not an alcoholic, and you're just trying to make your life better, you will have my respect. And especially if you walk through the ring and to fight even once in your whole life, just even once, you have my respect. I'd hope the boxers learn the lesson. I hope the MMA fighters learn the lesson from this podcast. That's my intention. And we're talking about a sport that can change people's lives. And obviously, to be good at the sport, sadly, whether you're a boxer or you're an MMA fighter, it's about promoting your brand. It's about branding, you know. And obviously, thank God to Real Rise that has been pushing me forward for everybody to see, for everybody to watch, to get me to whatever promotion that I want to be. And of course, that's what we're going to help with as well. So shout out to Real Rise for getting all the jobs sorted for me. And
thank you everybody for listening. We're just wrapping up now the age-old debate on which is the better combat sport, boxing or MMA. We've heard some excellent arguments from both these two gentlemen here, and realistically, I don't think we've actually come to any agreements or come to any conclusion on which is the better sport.
yeah, it's just respect.
It's just respect, and yeah, shout out everybody that's pursuing their combat sports in whatever profession it is. Give us a follow on our YouTube Beyond Red, on the Instagram Beyond Red, and on
Air Showdown facilitates amateur sports. So generally speaking, obviously we have boxers, we have kickboxers, we have MMA fighters, and we have this argument in between ourselves. We just want to highlight talent. We want to highlight talent in multiple different fields. We feel Ireland especially needs to bring talent together to boost talent, and generally speaking, Wedi's doing a great job. We look up to people like Wedi, who are doing it, and we know it's not easy. So generally speaking, that's what we do. Hopefully you guys can follow us, share the story, come to the shows, come along. If you have a boxing gym or a kickboxing or MMA gym, please invite us. We're very respectable people. I might tell you boxing's better than MMA, but it's all respect.
Malik.
Thank you so much, man.
Respect.
Thanks for having respect, yeah.